Hi, this is Craig Forzani with another Don't Miss a Point in Business video. I just want to share a concept around lots of times when I'm working with businesses, I find up until that point, before we start working together, when they do their reporting, they're lumping different locations or different countries or different cities or different services or different individuals' performances all together. And they report on the big number and they don't dissect it to the little numbers. So, different examples of what I'm talking about. If you have different locations, report on each location differently. If you have different salespeople, report on each salesperson differently. If you have different categories of products, report on each category differently. Report on all of them separately, judge them separately. And the purpose of that is you want to find out the ROI of each one or the performance of each one separately. So if you have different locations, do a P&L for each location separately. If you have different salespeople, do different performance reports differently. If you have different categories of products, do different margin reports differently, or rate of sale differently, or a GM ROI differently. And the reason is because I think too many businesses lump them together, look at the bigger number, and if the bigger number is okay or better, then they think things are good, and they don't push to be better. So, you might have 6 locations, and one of them's really losing money, but because you don't do a P&L for each one, you don't know that one's really losing money. Therefore, on the bigger picture, you're like, oh yeah, we're doing okay. Imagine if you weren't losing money in the one, how much better you'd be doing overall, or what decisions you would make on that one location to make it better, whether it's better training, product, advertising, whatever it is. Or it might just be renegotiating a lease or closing the location or whatever, moving the location. Same thing with people. If your total sales team is good, but you don't judge it by person, then you don't know one person, your wages as a percentage of revenue for the person might be exorbitantly high. If you're not measuring different categories of products you're selling, or different brands, or different SKUs, or different colors, or different sizes, you'd never know that one size, or that one color, or that one brand, or that one SKU is underperforming, and you maybe shouldn't carry it. Case in point, if you're always discounting men's size 13s, then why would you carry men's size 13 in everything? Why not only carry it in the best sellers? And the other ones just don't carry it because you're always discounting it, which means it's tying up inventory for no return. Those are just a bunch of examples, but the point is, you got to know your numbers to make impactful decisions, and those impactful decisions will lead to more effective activities, and those more effective activities will lead to greater results. So take a step back and decide, what do I need to measure? What do I need to separate? So really the point of this conversation is, what do I need to individually measure or separate, so that I'm always working on expanding the higher performing things, locations, products, whatever, people, and either minimizing, deleting, or improving the lower performing ones. And it's a constant exercise. It's always being looked at because the market's always changing. Things are always changing. So this should never stop. Like, what works today won't work tomorrow. What worked yesterday doesn't work today. So it's a constant exercise. And if you're not sure what numbers to dissect or how to do it, get advice. Because these are the levers you're pulling that are going to change the profitability of your P&L, and therefore your company.